So right now I'm just kind of cleaning up where his gas pedal was. It was just full of dirt and everything. Instead of the red and blue wire going out front to where the battery was previously, I'm rerouting it going towards the back because I'm gonna put the new batteries underneath the seat.
I want two.
Yeah, so
I want to.
So previously,
That is the speaker.
yeah. So previously there was one 12 amp hour battery.
It's a dirty now.
And it's dirty now. So there was one 12 amp hour battery before.
Don't touch it.
The next time he rides, there's going to be two 18 amp hour batteries. These will fit perfectly underneath the seat, except for I have to build a bracket to hold it.
Excuse me, Daddy. Don't touch these batteries. That's dangerous.
Yeah, I know it's dangerous. Because I know it's dangerous, I can touch it.
What?
Yes.
Take out the seat.
No, we're going to have to flip it over. I'll show you in a second. So right now I'm just kind of cleaning the contacts for the switch.
What is that, Daddy?
It's a contact cleaner.
What?
Yeah.
Is making a tractor really fast?
It'll make it, it may not make it fast, but it's going to make it work the way it should.
Nah, I'm pretty sure the tractor works.
So I put on some deoxidizing cleaner,
What?
and now I'm putting in a dielectric grease, and this is going to kind of make it a little bit more water resistant, because I mean this thing was packed full of dirt and mud and everything. So
And our pedals.
okay, let me see the pedal. Put the new pedal in.
Is your pedal?
Oh, these pants are getting to get greasy.
Not testing
We're
it.
gonna put in the new. Oh yeah, look at that.
It's working good.
And then we're gonna stick this
Use it.
down here.
Okay, Mommy. On our tractor can move.
Get out the dirt, please.
Okay, Mommy, it can work. Aha, there is the chicken in the way.
So now we have our blue and red wire coming out the bottom. Each battery is going to fit right here. Now I need to figure out how to make a bracket to hold this sucker.
I know. I'll make it. Aha. Then you do not that. And then you pull that one.
Got some 1/2-inch Baltic birch.
Pull it.
That will fit perfect right there. Okay. Yeah. So that will fit nicely. Right here. We'll get some more marking tools. This is the that's the belly hold. You hold it with your belly. Yeah, this is Baltic birch, and so it's fairly weather resistant. It's not like that junk you buy at Home Depot. Instead of being like $50 a sheet for a 4x8 sheet, this was like $100 something for a 4 foot by 4.5 foot sheet. So it's pretty expensive, but there's no voids in it. It's all birch wood, so it's really weather resistant and really nice. compared to like a circular saw, it has a circle blade, so you can't cut a notch out of wood without having to like either knock it out or use a handsaw or knife or whatever. So. Just temporary. So this is temporary. I have some, like I have some. It's called like a riv nut. It's like a nut that you could rivet on to the plastic. But I have the tool, but I can't find the nuts because I ordered like 100 of them to just use one on our Suburban, and I can't find it because we moved a whole bunch of stuff when we cleaned up Braden's room. When I moved everything out to paint. But let's just get this this will hold temporarily. And all this kind of fits. I can't fit it. It's supposed to really fit. Will it go in? Will it go in? Will it go in? Yeah, there's plenty of room. Okay, but that's not how that's gonna fit. So
We need a cable.
at least now.
That's not gonna pedal work.
I did a lot of work on this so far. I've added bike tires to for treads on the back wheels of this. I've changed out the motors twice on here. I'm about to have to change out the gears on it because I think they're burnt. I've done so much modification to the front of the thing for the battery so that I can have a charge circuit, a different charge circuit, because the stock one he can't do it himself. So that doesn't teach him anything. I've had a resettable circuit breaker instead of the thermal breaker that comes on it, because it just overheats and goes bad after a few times of him hitting something. Yeah, and just change a little bit of wiring up front for the circuit, for all that. So now I'm adding, instead of having one small battery, and I have two larger batteries made for like mobility scooters. Braden, hey, can you stop that please? And then now I'm adding two large mobility scooter batteries to this thing, because the battery just doesn't last. I had a lithium ion battery up front for a while, and it lasted pretty good if you kept it in low speed. But once I enabled that high speed, it all went to hell. Like it would, I guess the battery management in the lithium ion battery would trip, and I would have to like actually unplug the battery and plug it back up to reset it for some reason. Yeah, it was just a pain in the butt, and yeah, so I'm hoping that with these two large batteries, everything works good. Yeah, the lithium ion battery couldn't handle the amount of current that these motors draw. And then like with lead acid, like the little small 12 amp hour battery, he gets maybe 15 minutes of runtime in high gear, so that's not good. By the time he's really getting into his play, it's like the thing goes dead on him. So, and we have a little bit of a hill, so it wears down a bit quicker. So it's understandable. Okay, let's see, what do I need? I need my thing, and I'll undo this. Now that I got everything marked and drilled and everything, I can start trying to see if I can mount the batteries and get all the cables going. This comes to about right here, so I need to make a junction for this. I need to get the other thing out, the circuit breaker out, to where I can use that. Might even get a new one. I might order. So I got the 2 batteries. What I like now is I have this plate that I can mount the batteries to, and like I can strap them down some kind of way. I'll figure it out. I'll probably just use some really good Velcro and some loop things at the bottom. And now I can start to kind of work on my wiring. Just kind of center the batteries in this area. This should be fine. Let me go get my wire and my snippers and crimpers and start doing everything. The bottom of there is not exactly flat, so I have to make it dip down to go back up. So I'm just gonna cut approximate lengths and this is marine grade 6-gauge wire. It's a tinned copper, and because this is outside all the time, so I want to make sure that there's some protection for the copper to where it just doesn't corrode. And so I got marine grade. I usually use like a diesel locomotive cable. It has a little bit thicker strands on it, but the jacket and everything is very stiff. I usually use that like in like cars and stuff when I'm doing when I do like high amperage work, like for like audio amps and inverters, stuff like that. But for this would be just fine, and it will work just great. I'm going to use to attach the cables to the battery. It's a crimp type. Do not solder stranded wire into one of these. You can do it, but after some vibrations over time, it's gonna break. It's gonna start causing a heat point right at that joint where it's starting to break, and it's not good. Don't do it. I do not recommend it. So I'm just gonna kind of size this up. It's gonna go about right there. I'm just gonna strip the wire back, and I'm not pressing very hard. I'm just kind of letting the knife do the work. Make it lined up this way. Last time I did this, I can actually see.
And
now it's like, oh, I'm about where I should be, you know? Is good enough? It's a big, it says 10. No, what's going on?
I found a better one.
Where's
It's a toolbox.
trying to figure out which size I need to use. I try to go bigger, and then if that doesn't crimp the way I want it, I go to the next size. This is just gonna crimp this a little bit. This is 16. And then I start getting it going. I'm gonna make sure it's tight. It's a hydraulic crimper, so it's like kind of like a car jack. Just kind of. Is there enough room for all this? Yeah, there we go. So what I like to do is, just one of the things, I guess I'm anal about things, is I like to lubricate the wire. So this deoxit stuff is also, the D100L is also like a lubricant. when you one important thing, when you strip your wires, don't try to twist them. Just make sure that they're straight enough to where they get inside your connector easily, but don't twist it, because you're just making the wire bigger than what it should be, and if it ever untwists, then it's going to be smaller. So just make sure it has the natural twist that it came from the manufacturer. Don't try to twist it any tighter. Then I drop some of this inside the connector. Get it lubed up. And this helps with a little bit of, like, I don't want any, because like with zinc, because it's zinc coated, or tin coated, whatever it is, it's not like a silver, it's not like a silver plating, where the silver, if it oxidizes, it's still conductive. Pretty much every other metal, when it oxidizes, it there you go. There's one connector done. And this is this hydraulic crimper, so this isn't coming off at all. I'm gonna put a piece of heat shrink over this later. But when I crimp, I try to crimp as far back as possible so that the wires at the front kind of flare out a little bit and give a little bit of extra biting power to everything. So let me strip the next one and get it all. Strip it about right there. Get this to fall off. You see, it's like that. I'm just gonna make that fit back into where it should be. Does this actually fit? Yeah, yeah. Do a test fit. Get out your lubricant. Yeah, I think this is like the metric wire sizes on here. The one from Harbor Freight has like a what you call it, the Imperial, like the America wire sizes, and but they don't actually match the die. It's really silly. And these lugs, I believe they are silver plated, so that if it does corrode, it's still conductive. Let's see. Okay, let's make sure that the wires that I want this to go in like this right here. I'm gonna push it in.
Our car is melting back. Oh, poor man. Please now, what happened?
There we go. Now we have one cable done. Like that. This is how it should be done, people. Set that aside. Yeah, so for this, I'm cutting off the jacket with just a knife, just kind of rotating it through, giving a little bit of pressure on it to where it makes not pushing too hard, just to where it gets to the wire and you can kind of wiggle it off. Most part. There's always like one little snag. There we go. Take the pliers. There we go. I mean, it's bottoming out right as the connector hits the jacket of the wire, so that's what you want. Got my magic lubricant. just on the end, let it soak in. It's kind of cool over this. Both wires are crimped. They are equal. I hope. Cut them the same length. So, yeah. So now it's time to get some heat shrink on it. Go find my heat shrink. It's to help is to protect the joint of the connector, and also to with the different colors is to help identify which cable is which, because you don't want to start hooking up the wrong cable to the wrong terminal of the battery, because you might create like a short circuit and make a big fool of yourself. Okay, so now I have my two cables made. Red heat shrink, black heat shrink. I know where to identify, how to identify each cable. So now is to start. I need to find a place for the breaker, and I need to figure out how I want to extend these wires to go to, and we need to go from the breaker to one of the battery terminals. Yeah, okay.
Okay, we need to go faster.
Okay. I got some ideas. But I don't think we'll finish today. Hey, watch out, Brayden. Chupa se caca. More tools I need to go. Oh, I might be able to do with this.
Our car's stuck. Our car's stuck.
There you go.
Blue.
The Italian ices. Which color you want? White or yellow?
White.
There we go. Relocate the breaker to underneath the seat instead of having it up front in the footwell. That way it's closer to the batteries, because really you want this as close to your battery source as possible. That way if something were to short out further down the circuit, it'll reset. That way you have the whole circuit protected instead of just a little part. So
Okay, we're ready.
to give you a status update for today, I made the cables to go between the batteries from battery to battery, because I'm going to be wiring these in parallel. It's still going to be 12 volts. So I'll have a total of 36 amp hours of battery life instead of 12. So it'd be 3 times more runtime, hopefully. I relocated the circuit breaker to underneath the seats. I reran the wires for the pedal to be under the chassis instead of going into the front compartment for the battery.
It's working now?
No, it's not working now. I'm just explaining what I'm doing. and then I cut the wires for the charger connector on the dash. I'm going to need to rerun them under the chassis as well. So that's gonna come another day. I need to get some longer wires for everything. No, it's not yet. It's kind of like a vampire connector where it's split and it goes over the wire and it cuts through the insulation. So I might just replace these. That way it's a single wire instead of splicing them again. So yeah, that's where I'm at today. I can probably get this finished. Oh, and I got a battery tray, sort of. Cut one out of some Baltic birch. So I have a battery tray. The battery's gonna sit right here, and this is gonna screw onto the bottom of the tractor. And I have some 1/4x20 riv nuts that I'm gonna put right here. I just need to find them, and the way it holds on real good. And so yeah, this thing should hopefully, after all my modifications, hopefully it works really good and lasts a while and makes him happy. Yeah, right now the little small battery, it can't keep up with the motors. It just, you're trying to go uphill and it just, you could tell that it's just straining the battery. It just can't keep up with the when I had a lithium ion battery, it was able to keep up while it was running, but it couldn't handle the inrush current. So that's the only bad side about lithium ion. But yeah, so we're getting there. It's now looking like it's gonna be done soon. I just need to get some more parts, and I need to find some new wire. I think this is like just a 12 gauge wire, but I hate to make it run that much further. I might see if I can redo everything so that it can I could put like a 10 gauge or something right there, just so where it is. So yeah, this is looking like it's gonna work a lot better now. I'm happy about that. Let me help him, because we no longer
That'll be our trunk.
That's gonna be your trunk? Okay.
That'll be the trunk.
You're gonna have a frunk like a Tesla? And a Ferrari? There you go.
But that's me.
Okay. Hi, hello.
That's
So it's the second afternoon of the big battery upgrade. So I bought some Velcro. We're gonna do this Google style. We're gonna strap down the batteries with Velcro. I like the way it flipped over yesterday with this. So right now I am extending the blue and red wire. It only reached to about here, so I'm putting in some 10 gauge wire right here. So this one, the blue, is gonna go to the negative of the battery. The red, after I add it on, is gonna go to the terminal right here on the breaker. So, and then from the breaker, it's gonna go to the positive on the battery. But I also need to run the wire for the charging circuit, so that we have a way to charge this thing. Well, this is much longer. I might be able to reach. It'll be close. But yeah, so. The blue one doesn't have adhesive, but it shrinks a lot. The more weather protection, the better. I am reconnecting the charge port to the wiring. I had to run a new wire because now the battery's gonna fit underneath the seat. So I ran a new wire going there, and now I need to strip everything back. And
What is that?
it's a stripper.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, if you get your finger on it, it's dangerous. Let me strip it back a little bit more.
Ooh.
So, an update. I have I extended the blue and the red wire for the gas pedal. I extended the charging circuit to over here. Have the breaker remounted, so now it's time to mount the batteries.
Ice cream break.
Now for the Velcro to pass through, so that when I mount the batteries, then I can strap them. Standing.
What is that? What is that, Daddy?
What?
This
Sanding
one.
sponge.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, look, see all the tatas that are gonna get somebody? Dropping them down. Oh yeah, that's pretty sturdy with just one. Velcro. The tool of Google. Yeah, all of our servers, when I first started, everything was Velcro. Hard drives, power supplies. What else? Pretty much it. I mean,
That's neat.
I ain't going nowhere. And then I'm using the physical attribute of the battery to keep it from moving forward or backwards. Wobbles a little bit, but protest is hold it like that too. Look at that. That is like the right amount. Just barely. Oh yeah, that's a lot more secure. Okay. Next. So I am connecting these batteries together, and yeah. So I'm getting these cables on. So these are going to connect from one battery to the other. And then we'll go and connect. Oh God, this is live. I don't want to mess with this too much. This can blow up badly. Okay, those are all good. Let me get some tape. Last screw. There we go. Everything is in.
Let's flip it over.
Flip it over.
That's
Okay, watch out for that. Here you go.
That's checking the tracker bill.
Go try. Go. Seems to move pretty good now. Well, my grass is about to die again, and not because it's winter. It's because I just installed 36 amp hours of battery for my son. So yeah, it was a little tiny 12 amp hour battery, and he would maybe get 15 minutes of ride time out of it, and it really couldn't come up the hill. It was kind of slow. And with this new battery upgrade, it looks a lot quicker, and I was surprised he wasn't able to make it up the hill. It started up pretty quickly, but then it stopped for some reason, so I'm not sure what happened there. But yeah, he seems to like it right now, and hopefully he could get maybe 45 minutes of ride time.
This year.
You know, I'm not
Stay back!
Yeah, I'm not hoping for the longest.
Look, going really
but
fast
an
at
hour,
me.
45 minutes an hour.
Okay, wait a minute. Straight back.
Watch where you're going. He seems to be happy, so good. But I've squeezed in 2 of those batteries underneath the seat, and it seems to work pretty good. So